Om Sri Sai Ram. After understanding how the areas are calculated when the curves are simple, we are moving to the second part, which contains where two curves meet each other. Sometimes even three curves meet each other. And in that situation, we more or less follow what we have learned with some minor changes. So let us have a look if it is areas between two curves. Intuitively, true in the sense of Leibniz integration is the act of calculating the area by cutting the region into large number of small strips of elementary area and then adding up these elementary areas. So what actually we are trying to do? We are trying to divide the whole area into as many thin strips possible. As many means it almost tends to infinity, we can say. And then calculate the area of the each thin portion and then add all of them, you get the required area. So that's what he says, strips of elementary area and then adding up these elementary areas. Suppose we are given two curves. As I mentioned in the previous case, in the previous class, we had very simple curve, just one curve, maybe one curve and a line. But now we are going to deal with two different curves. We are given two curves represented by one by y equal to fx, another by y equal to gx. Means fx is one function, gx is another function. Here fx is greater than or equal to gx. What it actually means is when you draw the graph of fx, it will be above the other graph of gx. That's what it basically means in the closed interval AB as shown in the figure. We will be seeing the figure. For example, here you can see that fx is above gx. Fx between A and B is above gx. So he says, so here the points of intersection of these two curves are given as x equal to A and x equal to B, obtained by taking common values of y from given equation of two curves. How do you get these points of intersection? By solving them simultaneously. If you remember, in lower classes we have studied about simultaneous equations. So how do you get point of intersection? When you solve them together. But instead of linear equations, here we have quadratic, sometimes cubic, but the procedure is same. Solve them together in order to know where they are meeting each other. Unless you know where they are meeting each other, area cannot be defined. So, given equation of two curves, for setting up a formula for integral, it is convenient to take elementary area in the form of vertical strips as indicated in the figure. Elementary strip has height. So, fx minus gx with the width dx. Remember, the each strip which we are taking, its width is dx. So it will be more or less like a rectangle. And what is the area of rectangle? Length into width. If dx becomes width, the length will be according to the function. So width dx, so that the elementary area dA is equal to fx minus gx into dx. And the total area A can be taken as A to be fx minus gx into dx. So there is no big difference than what we did yesterday. Just because there are two curves, we are trying to find out which is above the other, taking that first and then taking the other one. Alternately, this is one more method of the same. What we do in this is you calculate the area of the first fully, all the area which it contains. From that you subtract the area of the second one instead of solving them together. So A to be fx dx is, you get the total area of the first. From that you are subtracting area of gx. Means if you go back to the diagram, suppose if you just take only fx and calculate the area between A and B, you will get this entire area. From this entire area, you are subtracting this area which is found by second curve, means from here till here, this you subtract, you get the shaded area. That's what it is. So this is the alternative method of doing the same thing. And in that case, the formula is given by area of the bounded area y equal to fx, x-axis and lines, the vertical lines which define the limits, minus area bounded by second one. So you calculate the area, and where fx is greater than or equal to gx, means by drawing the graph also you will know, even otherwise you will be able to know which will give you greater area. From that you subtract the smaller. If fx is greater than or equal to gx in AC, instead of AB, if it is in AC, and fx is less than or equal to gx in CB, means what is happening, some part of the shaded region is such that fx is greater than gx, and other part of it is such that gx is greater than fx. So where the bifurcation is at C. The total limits, the extremes are A and B, x equal to A and x equal to B, but C is a point in between such a way that up to from A to C, fx is greater than gx, from C to B, gx is greater than fx. So we do it in two different parts and calculate the area and add it the way we have discussed. So that's what he says, fx is greater than or equal to gx between A and C, and fx is less than or equal to gx between C and B. So calculate this area first, that is A to C, why fx minus gx, because fx is greater than gx, and then from C to B it is gx minus fx. See, this is the first curve, it is starting from A, C, B, Q, R. This is y equal to fx, whereas the second curve gx is the first one was A, C, B, R, and the second one is A, D, B, P, R. So in this area fx is greater than gx, in this area gx is greater than fx. So when you calculate this, we will do fx minus gx, whereas when you do this, we will do gx minus fx. For the first one, the limits are going to be A to C. For the second one, limits are going to be from C to B. So this is how we will calculate the area. Add both the areas, you get the answer. Find the area of the circle which is interior of the parabola. So there are two curves, one is a circle, another is a parabola. They are intersecting each other. We need to calculate the area in between them. So how do we do it? First we solve them together so that we will know where they are meeting each other, and then we draw the diagram for both of them. We'll get the points and then calculate the area. So the equation of the circle is 4x square plus 4y square equal to 9. Equation of parabola is x square equal to 4y. So substitute this in the first equation, you will get 4y square. 4y, if you substitute, it will become 16y minus 9 equal to 0. Now what we do is, we try simplifying it with the help of making it squares. So this is 2y whole square. If I write this as 2ab, 2 into 2y, I require 4 here, so that the product will be 16y, which indicates that b is 4, so 4 square. Since we are adding 4 square, we will subtract 4 square minus 9 equal to 0. So now from here till here, this can be written as 2y plus 4 whole square. And whatever is left, minus 16 minus 9, which is 25, can be put outside, and we can write it as 5 square. So what do you get? You will get 2y plus 4 equal to 5. So this will give you y is equal to 5 minus 4 is 1, so it is 1 by 2. If you substitute y equal to 1 by 2 in this, you are going to get x square is equal to 4 into 1 by 2, which is equal to 2. So, which will give you x equal to plus or minus root 2. So, the points are root 2 comma 1 by 2 and root 2 comma minus root 2 comma 1 by 2. Now, in order to calculate the area, we need to draw the diagram. And when we draw the diagram, we know that it is a circle. What is its radius? If you get 4 here, it will become 9 by 4 or 3 by 2 square. So, it is basically like this. If you draw a circle, and then we have a parabola. These 2 points we have identified. What are the points? One is root 2, 1 by 2. Another is minus root 2, 1 by 2. You can call it, let us say this is O, this is A, this is B, this is C. What area we want to calculate is this common area. This is the common area OABCO need to be calculated, which is in between the parabola and the circle. So, how do we calculate which is above here? We can say circle is above the parabola. So, we will take circle function first, then we will take the parabola function. But in order to make calculation easy, we can see that the required area is symmetric with respect to y axis. Since it is symmetric with respect to y axis, if you calculate the area OAB and double it, you will get the entire area. So, we will say required area OABCO is equal to 2 times area OAB. And how do you get this area OAB? First take the function of circle, because circle is above the parabola, calculate that. And what is this particular point? If you draw a perpendicular, what is this particular point? It is root 2. So, it is equal to integration 0 to root 2. Now, you have to take equation of circle, and whenever we take y in terms of x, for example, here this can be written as y square is equal to 9 by 4 minus x square. We are dividing the whole thing with 4 and shifted 4x square that side. This is the thing. So, what will be y? Y is going to be under root of 3 by 2 square minus x square dx minus equation of parabola. This is the equation of parabola. We write y in terms of x. So, in that case it will become x square by 4. And what are the limits? 0 to root 2. Here you use the formula. If you remember, we have learnt a formula which says integration of under root of a square minus x square is equal to x by 2 under root of a square minus x square plus a square by 2 sin inverse x by a. Use that formula here. A is 3 by 2. Just remember that. So, according to that particular formula, the first one will be x by 2. X by 2 will be x by 2 only. But remember, we are saying 2 times. So, this 2 can be outside the whole thing. 2 will remain outside, and here you apply the formula. So this is the area between two curves, and this is how we solve these problems. So what did we do in this problem? First and foremost, we found point of intersections where both the curves are meeting each other. Then what did we do? We drew the graphs of both the curves. Then we have defined or shaded the required area. Then we use the formula. What was the formula? Take first whichever curve is above, take that particular function minus the other one which is below. From there we come to the second one. What is it says? Using integration find the area of the region bounded by curves. What kind of curve it is? Y equal to x square plus 2 is again a parabola. It is again a parabola. Y equal to x is a straight line. X equal to 0 and x equal to 3 are lines parallel to y axis. So this problem is easier than the previous one for a simple reason that there were two curves, whereas here there is only one curve and another is a straight line. But all said and done, the procedure is same. So what is the procedure? This is y equal to x square plus 2 and that is y equal to x. Solve them together, you will get x square plus 2 equal to x or x square minus x plus 2 equal to 0. Here is a quadratic equation. How do you solve this quadratic equation? Either by splitting the middle term if it is possible, else by using quadratic formula. So can we split it? For example, if you write it as x square plus 2x x square minus x plus 2, when we substitute, we are not able to split into, let us see, x square minus 2x, no. So we will take the help of quadratic equation. X equal to minus b, b is minus 1, so it will become 1 minus b plus or minus under root of b square 1 minus 4ac, 4 into 2 8 by 2a. Or the easier way can also be just draw the curve. How do you draw the curve? Take the points x and y. Suppose x is 0. If x is 0, y is equal to 2. Suppose x is equal to plus or minus 1. So it will become 3. If x is plus or minus 2, it will become 2 square 4 plus 2 6. When x is 0, it is 2. When x is 1, 1 square plus 2 is 3. When x is 2, 2 square is 4 plus 2 6. With the help of this, first draw up the parabola. First draw the parabola. X is 0, y is 2. So this is the first point. X is 1, y is 3. This is the next point here. If it is minus, this is the point. X is 2, y is 6. It is coming somewhere here. Join these points. Remember, this is the lowest point. This is how the parabola is. The second one is y equal to x is a straight line. Straight line. So x is 1, y is 1. X is 2, y is 2. So in that particular way, if you join these points, you get a straight line. You can see that both of them are not meeting each other. The curve and the line are not meeting each other. That is the reason why when we were trying to factorize, we were not able to get real factors. You can see 1 minus 8 is minus 7, and minus 7 can be written as 7i square as a complex number. So you are not going to get a real root. So we don't need to calculate that way because both are separate. So then what he says further? He says x equal to 0. What is x equal to 0? It is nothing but y axis. Equation of y axis is x equal to 0. What is x equal to 3? Is another line which is parallel to y axis at a distance of 3. 1, 2, 3. So parallel to this is the line. So this is x equal to 3. This is x equal to 1. We need to calculate the area between these two and between the curve and the straight line. So if we want to shade the area, it is going to be like this. This is the shaded area. Okay, so let us say this is O, this is A, B, C. We need to calculate the shaded area. Once again, we can see that the curve is above the line. So take the equation of curve. But whenever you are taking equation of curve, if the limits are on x-axis, the function has to be y in terms of x. It is already given in that way. So it is x square plus 2 dx. The limits are 0 to 3, and then we need to subtract this area. How do you subtract this area? Calculate the area of this straight line and below between 0 and 3. So it is minus x dx between same 0 and 3. Very simple integration. X square integration x cube by 3 plus 2x, and here it is minus x square by 2, and the limits are 0 to 3. Substitute 3 cubes, 1 3 will get cancelled, you will get 9 plus 6 minus 9 by 2. And when you take substitute 0, whole thing will become 0. Simplify this. LCM is 6, 9 2s are 18, 6 2s are 12, minus 9. 18 plus 12, 30. 30 minus 9 is 21. So it is 21 by 2 square units. This is how we calculate the area of the shaded portion. What is happening here? We had a curve and then we had a straight line. They were not meeting each other. So when we were trying to solve them simultaneously, we were not getting any real values. Okay. From here we move on to the next problem. Find the area of the region bounded by a triangle whose vertices are given. To calculate area of triangle, by now you have studied several methods. Right from 6th standard onwards, you have been studying area of triangle is half base into height. If it is equilateral triangle, we had a formula. For isosceles triangle, we had a formula. With the help of coordinate geometry, also you calculated the area. So what is so special about doing it with the help of integration? There is nothing very special except that we have one more method of calculating the area. So we have a triangle. In fact, you can draw the triangle. Plot the points. Minus 1, 0. X is minus 1, 0. So this is A. Minus 1 comma 0. X is minus 1, y is 0. So this is the first point. 1, 3. X is 1, y is 3. You can call it B, 1 comma 3. Then we have C, which is 3 comma 2. X is 3, y is 2. Somewhere here. Join AB, join BC, and then join AC. This shaded area we want to calculate. How do you calculate this area? In order to calculate the area, draw a perpendicular from C, draw a perpendicular from B, A, B, C, let us say this is D, this is E. Before you proceed, you need to get equation of AB. Let us say this we are calling it A, this we are calling it B, this we are calling it C. Find equation of AB by using 2-point form of equation of straight line. What is the formula? The formula is y minus y1 equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So with the help of this, x1 y1 is minus 1 0, x2 y2 is 1 3. Taking these 2 points, calculate the area. So you will get equation of AB. Similarly, taking this as x1 y1, this as x2 y2, get the equation of BC. And finally take this as first point and C as second point and get the equation of AC. I am not doing it because we know how to do it. It's very simple. Substitute the values. I am directly writing the equation. Y is equal to 3 by 2 x plus 1. BC is y equal to minus x by 2 plus 7 by 2, and then this is y equal to x by 2 plus 1 by 2. So we got equations of AB, BC and AC. Now come to required area. Which is the required area? Is nothing but area of triangle ABC. How do you calculate area of triangle? By using integration. We will first calculate area of ABE. You can say area of triangle ABE. Then what we will do? We will calculate the area of this quadrilateral BCDE. You can call it trapezium. Trapezium BCDE. And then when we do that ABE and then BCDE, you get the entire area. In that we don't require this triangular area, which we will subtract, minus area of triangle ACD. Now comes the question, how do you get the area ABE? In order to get the area of ABE, take this particular function, that is equation of line AB, integrate between A and E. What is A? It is minus 1. What is E? It is 1, 1, 0. and what is D? It is 3, 0. Okay. So, take the first equation and what are the limits? Minus 1 to 1. Minus 1 to 1. And what is the function? 3 by 2 can be put outside, x plus 1. When we want to calculate the area of this trapezium, we basically take this particular equation BC and integrate between 1 and 3. So, plus between 1 and 3, equation of BC. What is the equation of BC? Minus x by 2 plus 7 by 2. You can put 1 by 2 outside. This is minus x plus 7. And then finally, we want to subtract this triangular area ACD. How do you do that? Take the equation of AC, integrate between minus 1 and 3. So, minus integration between minus 1 and 3. This particular equation, here also 1 by 2 can be taken out. It is x plus 1 dx. Yes. Calculate very simple function it is. So, it is 3 by 2, x plus 1, it will be x square by 2 plus x, limits are minus 1 to 1, second one plus 1 by 2 minus x square by 2 plus 7x between 1 and 3 minus 1 by 2 x square by 2 plus x between minus 1 and 3. Start by substituting upper limit. So, 3 by 2, 1 by 2 plus 1 minus 1 square will be 1 by 2 minus 1, it will become plus 1 plus 1 by 2 minus 9 by 2 plus 21 minus, when you substitute 1 it will become 1 by 2, but there is minus, so minus of minus it will become plus 1 by 2 minus 7 minus 1 by 2, 3 square 9 by 2 plus 3 minus 1 square is 1 by 2 simplify this whole thing, half and half will get cancelled and simplify further, finally we get the answer 4 square units. This is how we calculate the area of triangle. In calculating area of triangle, we have got two types of problems. This is first type of problem where the vertices are given. Then there is another problem of triangle. Instead of giving vertices, he gives the sides. Means equation of AB, equation of BC, equation of AC. Solve them simultaneously and get the vertices, because without vertices we will not be able to get the triangle, and without getting the triangle we will not be able to calculate its area. We close this particular session. Thank you. Saira.